Hello and welcome back to Underdog Investing. So today I'd like to talk about Virgin Galactic, and I want to go through some of the volatility that we've seen in the stock price over the past few trading days and why we've seen this volatility. Now before I jump into the video, I'll be grateful if you can smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for future updates. So starting with the stock price, you can see that we're near the end of the trading day for Thursday the 28th of January, and we're at around $42.90, which is about 7.5% down in the trading day so far. And if we have a look at the 5-day chart, you can see that we've seen significant volatility over the past 5 days. So just yesterday, we actually hit an all-time high of about $58, nearly $60. And since then, we've actually had a correction of about 26%. And the good thing is, despite this correction, we're still up about 30% in the 5-day chart. And what's even better is if we have a look at the 1-month chart, you can see that we've managed to stay above $30 for almost half a month now. And what's really good about that is that this is the longest we've managed to stay above $30. So I see this as a very bullish sign. And then if we go back to the 5-day chart, you can see that over the past few trading days, we've actually managed to stay above $40. So possibly this could be a new base for us, the $40 mark, especially as we haven't even heard anything about the test flight yet. So it's only up from here, as long as nothing crazy goes on in the macro environment, that is. So now I'd like to move on to why we've seen this volatility and this increase in the stock price. And this Motley Fool article summarizes it extremely well in just 3 paragraphs. So I'll just go through this article and then I'll talk you through my thoughts. So why Virgin Galactic, Palantir, Kodak, Genius Brands, and other heavily shorted stocks soared today. A short squeeze can occur when short sellers suffer sizable losses on a fast rising stock. To short a stock, a short seller borrows its shares from another investor and sells them with the goal of buying them back at a lower price and harvesting a profit. When traders squeeze short sellers, they essentially bid up the stock's price to force them to close their short positions, which requires that they buy back the shares they sold short. This forced selling on the part of short sellers can turbocharge a rally in a heavily shorted stock's price. And then they go on to talk about what's been causing these short squeezes. So in recent days, traders have used social media sites like Reddit and Twitter to spur other investors to buy back shares of many stocks with high levels of short interest. They've found success in driving up the price of stocks like AMC Entertainment and GameStop, and now they appear to be attempting to do the same with Virgin Galactic, Palantir, Genius Brands, and Kodak, among other highly shorted stocks. So what's essentially happening is we've got a bunch of retail investors who are coming together in large quantities, and they're using platforms like Reddit and Twitter, so these social media platforms to gather. And what they're doing is they're targeting specific stocks which are highly shorted. And what they'll do is they will buy the stock in masses. And what that does to the stock price is drive it up. And when the stock price goes up, these short sellers have to cut their losses by buying back the stock. And what happens is basically the stock goes up like crazy, and this is what a short squeeze is. So what do I think about the whole short squeeze situation? I'm actually quite happy about it. The reason is because I personally hate short sellers. And the reason I hate short sellers is because I don't like the idea of people profiting from talking negatively about a stock or a company and then causing the stock price to go down and then actually profiting from it. Personally, I think that's wrong because I see investing as picking companies which you believe in terms of the long-term, the future vision of the company, putting money in it and hoping that it grows in the long term. So that's what I see investing as. So I really don't like short sellers, and I personally am quite a big fan of this whole short squeeze phenomenon, which is being created by these retail investors. Now, moving on to what people like Mark Cuban think. So Mark Cuban is, I'm sure everyone knows, this billionaire entrepreneur. So what he thinks about it, Mark Cuban, despite market concerns, sees Reddit crowd as great equalizer on Wall Street. So he actually likes this whole short squeeze phenomenon. Mark Cuban on Thursday chaired the epic short squeeze in GameStop shares, telling CNBC he believes the contingent of investors hyping the stock on sites like Reddit have taken a page out of Wall Street Pro's own book. So it's not the first time low float or heavily shorted stocks have been targeted, Cuban said. There are many hedge funds that have made a lot of money over the years targeting heavily shorted stocks. I don't think this is anything different. It's just the people who are making the push aren't who we expect them to be, and so that's why I like it. So what Mark Cuban is basically saying here is that this whole short squeeze phenomenon isn't something that's new. So it's actually been around for a long time, but the only thing is that the people who have been targeting these short sellers have always been institutional investors, because they've been the only people who have got the amount of capital to actually create these short squeezes. Whereas now, with social media and with the ability of retail or small investors like me and you to actually gather in large quantities, we can actually create the impact that is needed for a short squeeze. So Mark Cuban is also someone who's quite happy about it. I know Chamath Palihapitiya, who's the chairman of Virgin Galactic, is also quite keen on this whole situation. So yeah, and just finishing off, I just wanted to talk about my thoughts about Virgin Galactic and why I think that this is a potential 10x company. So Virgin Galactic was actually founded in 2004. So it's been around for 16, 17 years. And I personally believe that they are at the cusp of being operational. They only need about 2 test flights and they'll become operational. Now, what's really exciting is social media. As you can see from this title, Justin Bieber and Leonardo DiCaprio have purchased tickets for Virgin Galactic. And what's exciting about that is if we imagine a scenario where, let's say in 2022, they're operational, and let's say Justin Bieber and Leonardo DiCaprio post an image on Instagram, for example, and you see them wearing spacesuits and they're both sat in a Spaceship 2 rocket in suborbit. Can you imagine what's going to happen to the actual brand of Virgin Galactic, the millions of people who are going to see it and be inspired by it and potentially invest in the company? It's just going to be incredible. And I'm actually very grateful to Virgin Galactic. And the reason why is if you have a look at other companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin, they're still private companies. Virgin Galactic has actually allowed retail investors to invest in them at such an early stage. They became public about a year or 2 ago, and they've given us the opportunity to experience investing in this company at such an early stage, and we can actually reap the rewards when they become operational. So I'm very grateful to Virgin Galactic for this opportunity to potentially 10x and even possibly 100x when we have a look at hypersonic travel. So that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, I'll be grateful if you can smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'd also love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you guys think about the whole short squeeze phenomenon? Are you for or against it? And if you found it useful in any way, please do share this video. Thank you so much.